Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Des, and today I'm taking you through a 35-minute lower body Pilates reformer workout. This workout is definitely a burner and includes a great variety of exercises that focus on sculpting the legs and booty. I hope you'll join me. Let's get started. All right, you guys, we are gonna load our springs for footwork. So I would suggest at least 3 heavy springs, give or take, and once you've made that choice, lay down on your backs. All right, get nice and comfortable here. Find your neutral spine. We're gonna start toes apart, heels together, balls of the feet on in that Pilates V. Make sure you have that space in the low back. Squeeze, put some pressure in on your heels. We're gonna wake up the entire leg, including the inner thighs. Exhale, press out. And then inhale, come all the way back in. Squeezing up every time. We want to warm up the entire leg here. So we're squeezing up on the quads at the top, squeeze the inner thighs together, little lift through the pelvic floor, and back in. Good. Keeping that pressure on your heels is going to help those inner thighs work and connect into your pelvic floor and transverse. Yes, squeeze and lift. Good, you guys. Getting those legs nice and warm. They are gonna be burnt out by the end of this. So this is just to kind of get everything moving so we can help get the most out of the rest of the work. Squeeze, 4, good, squeeze up, 3, lift on those knees, 2, hold it out on the top, 1, now you're gonna lower your heels and lift, lower and lift, still staying in that turned out Pilates V, lower and lift, thinking about your ankles going right towards that second toe, full calf raise on the lift, and lift. Try to drop your heels under the bar. Lift for 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little tiny lifts at the top. Lift, lift, ooh, feeling those calves burning. 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, kiss those heels back together, come halfway in, pulse it down, keeping those hips nice and heavy, neutral spine. We want kind of a wide pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen it out to finish. Come back in, going all the way to the outsides of the bar, staying laterally rotated and on your heels. So heels on the bar, turned out. We're gonna press out to squeeze up on your knees again. Bring it back in. So we still wanna think about those inner thighs coming together. Coming in. Good. Squeeze the knees, inner thighs pull together. Try not to tuck in the pelvis. It's a natural tendency when we're legs apart, laterally rotated here. So double check. You can place your hands on the hips, making sure that they're flat. Good. 2. We want it all the way out on 1. Hold it out here. You're gonna come in just a couple inches and then squeeze all the way straight. Just a couple inches, squeeze straight. Really feeling those quads right away. Squeeze and lift. Think about lifting your quad away from your knee. Pulling your inner thighs up towards your belly. Good, every time getting all the way straight, no bouncing. Take a pause. Good, 3, squeeze. Squeeze up, 2. And 1, now we're coming halfway in, pulse it down, staying nice and heavy. 4, 3, 2, pause on 1. You're gonna lift your hips off to a hover, staying in your neutral spine. So it's only like about an inch, inch and a half off the carriage. Continue that pulse. Good, having to stabilize through those hips. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen out to finish. And bring it back in. Lower your hips down. Woo, shake out those legs. Rock it side to side. We're gonna come up, take off at least one of your heavy springs. So you're on just 2 heavy springs. So I'm on 2 red on this machine. We are gonna be doing hip rolls. So if you need some assistance for your low back, I suggest putting on maybe 1 more lighter spring. So you'd be on like 2 red and a blue, or if not, you're down to the 2 red, and lower your headrest down so that it's flat. Legs are parallel, right underneath your hips, neutral spine, heels on the bar. Inhale, exhale, press through your imprint, low back presses down into the carriage, and then scoop it all the way up, resting your weight up onto your shoulder blades. Inhale here, let your ribs expand. Exhale, roll it back down. Good. So we want to have to pull that carriage into the stopper. That's why we're just on the 2 red if possible. And exhale. If you've started those rolls and you're feeling your low back fire, that's where you'll want to add on that 1 light spring for some assistance. Roll it up. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it back down. Good. We're going to do 1 more. Roll it up. Massage the spine. Hold it at the top. Good. From here, right away, we're going to press the carriage out. Let your hips drop to a hover right above the carriage, and then lift up. Everything is staying the same in your spine. You have your natural curve. Everything lifts as 1 unit. Inhale out, exhale, power it up. Think about someone's poking you in the booty. You're lifting up away from that. Press it out, extend, lengthen through the hips, lift it up. Inhale out, exhale. Good. We're going a little bit more for speed once you feel like you have that correct pattern. Dropping those hips and then lifting. 3. Good. Feeling those hamstrings and glutes. 2. Squeeze and lift as high as you can. 1. Lift it up and in. From here, we're pulsing in, keeping your hips lifted to that highest point. Carriage is moving out and in, just a couple inches. Woo. If you feel that low back, lower your hips a little bit. Continue the pulse. Make sure your core is assisting. Keep it tight. Relax through the shoulders. 4. Woo, it burns. 3. 2. Hold it in on 1. Now you're lifting up. Then drop your hips down a couple inches. Up all the way. Down a couple inches. Up. Meanwhile, you're keeping that carriage into the stopper. Woo, you should be feeling those glutes and hammies at this point. Woo, burning. And 3. And 2. Hold it up on 1. Hold. Just hold the carriage in. Static hold. 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, roll. Ooh, slowly back down. Feels so good. Ooh, rock those knees side to side. Shake out those legs. Get a little blood flow back into those hamstrings. All right, we are going right into single leg. So if you added any springs, I want you back just on the 2 heavy, or you can do a medium and a heavy. I'm gonna stay on the 2 heavy springs and pop my headrest back up. Going into some single leg work. You wanna shimmy your hips around, find your neutral spine again, place your hands down. Let's start with the left ball of the foot on the bar, right leg in tabletop. You're gonna press all the way straight, and then right away bicycle the opposite leg over. Press all the way straight, bicycle over. So we work those hamstrings and glutes. Now we're going back to quads. Lengthen it out and reach. No bouncing in the knee. Pause it at the top. If you feel like you're comfortable with that bicycle at this point, next time you come, you're gonna bicycle under the bar, then come back over the bar. You can place your hands on your hips to kind of make sure that you're not shifting in the hips, because that's gonna be your biggest challenge here, is staying stable through the hips as you bicycle over and under. Good. Every time, try to not forget about that lift at the top. Sometimes we get going and we just start bouncing into our knee, and that means our quad isn't fully engaging. Yes. Woo. One more over and under. Good. We're going to come back to the tabletop. Hold it out. Hold it into this position. You're going to develop a reach up to the ceiling. Bend it. Now bicycle over. Now again, bend, straighten up to the ceiling, bend, now bicycle under. So we're just adding that develope up to the ceiling. Getting a little bit more of this upper quad working. And then bicycle under. Good. So you should be feeling lots of leg work here through both legs. Yes. Even through the calf. I'm on more of a high half toe with this bottom foot. Ooh. Good. One more develope. This time as I bicycle over, I'm pulsing it in. Pulse it. Ooh, man. It burns those quads for 3, 2, 1. Bicycle, reach it, and hold it up at the top. Calf raises, flex both feet, and point. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling hip flexor on this top leg. Know that that's normal. If it gets to be too much, you can always bend that knee and continue it like this. Lower and lift through that bottom foot. 2 and 1. Good. Bicycle under the bar to come in. Pulse it. Last set. Try not to let that hip drop. 4, 3. Use your core. 2, 1. Bend it. Straighten it out. Come back in. Woo. Let those legs kind of flutter open and close. Roll out that ankle, switching to the other side. Good work, you guys. Find that stable position, neutral spine. Reach it out, and then come in, bicycle over the bar. Reach, bicycle. Really good. Finding stability, you can place your hand on your hips. We don't want any shifting happening in your hips. If we can keep our hips stable, then it actually forces us to create more mobility through this movement. Start to bicycle under the bar now. And up. You might have to slow down your pace a bit just to make sure nothing changes through your spine. You're going to feel that transverse kind of tighten to support you as you reach under the bar. Squeeze up on the knee every time. Lots to think about here, I know. Good. One more over and under. This time we're holding it out. Develope up to the ceiling. Bend, bicycle over. Develope up to the ceiling. Bend, bicycle under. Yes. Good. The hardest part is getting that leg all the way straight. This leg that's the free leg. Getting it straight at the top. Woo. Whether it's tight hamstrings, tight hip flexors, we want to really try to lengthen that leg at the top. Ooh. Okay, one more. Good. Bicycle through, pulse it down. Long leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Develop a hold it out here. Reach up to the sky. Calf raise with the bottom leg. My top leg is shaking. Flex and point. So you might feel that too. It's coming from the hips, having to stabilize. And 4. Ooh, flex and point. 3. Try not to tuck in the pelvis. It's so hard right here. 2, 1. Bicycle. Reach under the bar. Pulse it. 8, 7. Keep those hips stable. Use that lower core. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it out and bring it back in. Ooh, good work, you guys. Rock it side to side. we're gonna come up quickly and switch to just a medium spring. So for me, that's gonna be blue. Switch to that blue spring. One medium tension spring. You're gonna grab your object for side lying. You're gonna pop your headrest down. I'm gonna lay on my side lying object, and then I'm gonna grab this strap that's closest to me and put it on this foot. If you feel at any point like you wanna add weight here, you're welcome to, but we are gonna be here for a bit. So if you decide you wanna also add a light spring, so you're on kind of like medium to heavy, take that option. Okay, we wanna shimmy those hips, take that top hip, pull it down, create space underneath the bottom side. We're gonna bend and stretch it out to the diagonal angle of the bar. And again, this is gonna feel light to start. We wanna be intentional about this glute working though right away. And same thing, we've got those quads warmed up to squeeze and lift. So squeeze and lift the quads, squeeze and lift the glute. Every single time. Yes, squeeze that booty at the top. You could basically do this with no weight at all and still get plenty of work. It's gotta be intentional about the squeeze. And just 2. Hold it out there on 1. You're gonna kick it forward, point your foot, and then flex, pull it back. We wanna create space from this leg to this leg. So don't let it drop down. We wanna think like as if our hips stay about hip distance apart, or our legs stay hip distance apart. Point it forward, flex. Try not to use the back of the knee. We wanna go hamstring and glute. So this is where right away, that lighter spring should feel like plenty as long as you're moving nice and slow. And you're gonna kind of stop it here and then think about activating hamstring, glute, squeeze at the back. Good, just 2. 1. Good, from here we're gonna bend, kick it forward, and then drag it down. No knees here, hamstring and glute. Kick it forward, hamstring and glute to pull down. Breathe. And 2. Think about sitting those hips back. 1. Press and squeeze. Good. Reverse it. Point it forward. Flex. Push it down nice and slow. Forward. Bend. Slow. Press. Forward. Nothing changes in the hips. We're just creasing at the hip. Push it down. And 1. Good. Hold it out there. We're going to turn it medially rotated now. You're going to reach down and then you're going to squeeze it back to this upper diagonal. Oh my goodness. You're going to feel that burn. And then push it back right where the hamstring meets the glute. Down. Squeeze it up and back. Holy cow. Squeeze that booty. Three more. Squeeze it up at the top. Keep being intentional. Try not to sink into the carriage. Space underneath the side. Last one. Pull it back to that top spot. Just do a teeny pulse. Squeeze. Squeeze. Try to stay as medially rotated as you can. Woo. And 4. It burns. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Bring it in. Bad news, we're not quite done yet. You're gonna take that strap, slide it onto your knee. If sliding it onto your knee is uncomfortable, you can also keep it on your foot and do this same exercise. We're gonna keep feet together going right into a clam. Oh my gosh. It is cramping and burning, I know. Whew. Try to keep your hips square. Try not to let that top hip open. Oh my gosh. Breathe. And just 3. And 2. It's a short set. Hold it out there on 1. Holy cow. Pulse it. 10, 9, 8. I can barely move. It hurts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Close it. Ow, ow, ow. Pound it out. Take that strap off, drop it down, and roll onto your back. Oh my goodness, cross it over into a figure 4 stretch. That was a burner. And guess what? The other side is gonna hurt a little worse because we were stabilizing with that bottom hip. But once you've taken a second, then roll on over. Let's just get it over with. Roll on over to that side. Gotta slide my microphone back, sorry. All right, you're gonna grab that strap that's closest to you. You're gonna place it onto that foot. Stack the hips. Here we go. You're gonna bend and straighten out to that diagonal. Again, bend it and straighten out. Breathe into it. All right, so once again, we want to be nice and intentional about that squeeze on the glute and the quad out to that diagonal angle. Pulling the top hip down, create space underneath the bottom side. This one's just getting that hip and glute warmed up. 3, 2, squeeze. Hold it out there on 1. Here we go, kick it forward, flex and pull back. Feel that glute at the back. Forward and flex and pull, hamstring and glute, squeeze. Point it forward, flex, pull from the hamstring and glute. Make sure we're not feeling any pressure in the back of your knee. Relax as much as you can through the neck and shoulders. And 2. And 1. I'm already feeling that burn. Hold it down there. Bend it in. Kick it out in front of you. And then drag it down. Bicycles. 5 each way. Squeeze. Pull, pull, pull. 3. It burns. 2. 1. And reverse your bicycle once you hit the back. Point it forward. Flex. Push it out. Check in with your hips. They're staying nice and stable. Leg is just moving inside of the hip. And we're not tucking in the pelvis. 3. Squeeze. Oh my gosh, it burns. 2. 1. Hold it out there. Find that medial rotation here. You're going toe down towards the ground. And oh my gosh, pull it back. This side hurts so bad. I'm with you. I feel it. Just close your eyes. Breathe through it. You're stronger than you think. And don't give up. Trust me, I feel it too. It's cramping. It's burning. So good. 3. Holy cow. Press back. Squeeze the glute at the back. Last one, hold it back there, hold it at the top for that little pulse, back, trying to keep that medial rotation in your hip, back, woo, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend it in, oh my goodness, slide that up right away, up to your knee. Let's get this out of the way for good. Knees come together, heels come together, opening up, keeping those heels and toes together, open up to the clam and close. Trying to keep the carriage somewhat still. Hips are stacked. Good, breathe every time you open. And 3. We're almost there. 2. 1, open up for those pulses. We got 10, you guys, power through. 10, 9, 8, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and collapse it down. Pound out that hip. Holy moly. Okay, take that foot out of the strap. Let's quickly stretch out that hip. Oh my gosh. Okay, that burned so good. It was also terrible. All right, once you've stretched out that hip, you're gonna take your side lying object off to the side. We're gonna stay on just that one medium tension spring, and you're gonna stand. Let's actually get your hands first onto the bar just for stabilization. And then I'm gonna be we're gonna take your left leg and you're gonna put it on the right side. Left leg on the right side onto that silver runner. Your opposite foot is here about mid-carriage. The further forward you put it, the harder it will be, so you can kind of test it out here. We're doing somewhat of a curtsy squat. So we're gonna come up to here, squeeze those inner thighs at the top. Then you're gonna lunge down. It's light, so it's gonna feel a little shaky, and then squeeze it up. Lunge it down, squeeze it up, feeling that glute squeeze at the top. And up. So if you're feeling super unbalanced, you can always grab your maple pole, put it here. If you want it to be harder, take that foot up a little closer and back. Grab a sticky pad if you're feeling like you're slipping at all. Woo. Lunge it down, squeeze it up. We're thinking about those rotators here. So lots of glutes, still working, quads, hips. We're hitting all the things. Lunge it down, squeeze those inner thighs at the top. Good, I think these prayer hands kind of help me balance. You can also take your hands to the hips for balance. Having your foot right next to the foot bar too is gonna kind of help stabilize the ankle if you need it. 2. All right, we're holding it down there. Pulse it. Ooh, it burns so good. And 4, that back quad is on fire. 3, 2, pause it on 1. You're gonna bring it all the way in and then kick it out. If you need support at this point, take your left hand onto the bar, right hand to your hip. Also, you can always take that foot back further behind you if you need to ease off on the tension. We're feeling that outer thigh all the way up to the glute. Squeeze. You want to squeeze your booty at the back. And 3, 2, hold it out there. Hold it straight. Hold it straight. We're doing just a teeny pulse. Hinge it forward. Teeny pulse. Push that foot down into the carriage. You can use that bar to assist you if you need it. Ooh, feeling that standing glute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in slowly. Grab onto that bar and take your foot. Here, shake out those legs. Ooh, kind of sit side to side. And let's switch to the other side. We're so close, you guys. Put that foot mid-carriage, opposite foot here. You're facing kind of a diagonal angle here. Lunge it down, squeeze up in those inner thighs. Lunge it down, squeeze it up. The light weight is forcing our hips to stabilize and work. So we are really hitting this entire lower body today in all the ways possible. Ooh, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes. Breathe into it. Last 3. 2. Hold it down there on 1. Pulse it. Try to keep that carriage still. Holy cow, that back quad. It's burning, I feel it. 4, 3, 2, pause on 1. Bring it all the way in, kind of crossing behind you. Push it out. All the way in, push it out. Woo. Lost my balance for a second. Take that opposite hand down if you need it. Right hand down, left hand to hip. It's kind of gonna be your most stable position. Or you take those prayer hands again. Ooh, breathe. 3, squeeze the booty at the back every time. 2, hold it out there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Little push back and back. You've got to stabilize through your core. Hold onto that bar if you need it. Feeling that standing glute. It's very small. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it all the way back in. Oh my goodness. Take your hands on the bar. Same thing. Shake out those legs. Guess what, you guys? We have one more exercise that will take us into our cool down. You're going 2 reds or 2 heavy springs, putting your feet in the straps. Let's pop our headrest up. Get a hold of your straps. All right. Place those feet into the straps. My legs are dead. Okay, pressing those legs out away from you. We're gonna finish with those inner thighs, and that'll take us right into our cool down. Shimmy those hips around, find your neutral spine. Kissing those heels together, you're gonna press, and then squeeze, point your feet, then flex, press it out, squeeze. Good. We can still go nice and low here, still getting that transverse working to stabilize. Inner thighs, pull left, lift and squeeze. 3, 2, hold it out there together. We're gonna go right into stag. So your right leg is gonna go out straight to the side, left leg is gonna bend in towards your hip, and then you're gonna press through the center. Other side, one leg straight, one leg bent, press through the center. So your legs are opening out. Right leg straightens, left leg bends, press through the center. Opposite, left leg straightens, right leg bends, squeeze. Think about rotating through your hips. Keep them turned out the whole time. Yes, feeling those inner thighs and hips here. Thinking about pressure down through the bent knee. That hip is really pressing down to counterbalance the leg that's long. Good. One more each side. And 1. Good. We're gonna open your legs about halfway out. Flex your feet, pulse it in and in. Keeping those hips stable. Finish out those inner thighs. Woo. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Drag those heels together and then go right into a circle up and out and around. Your circle needs to be gentle. Your inner thighs and hips are a little more fatigued than normal. So we're going to be continuing to work those inner thighs more than even stretch. Take that circle that feels like a good range for you. We don't want to feel any straining in the muscle. Last one this way. Reverse your circle. Oh my goodness. Try to keep those hips stable and down on the carriage. Keeping that turnout as you circle around this way, thinking about rotating through your hips, keeping your heels towards each other, toes apart. Last one this way. And taking it into a stretch finally. Ooh, let those feet come together, knees out to the side. Ah, that feels deep and burns. Right away. You guys, we hit the legs everywhere. Everywhere possible. Keep a hold of the straps to assist yourself into a happy baby. You need to be super gentle on this. Feet up to the ceiling, knees out to the side. Man, it burns, I know. Breathe deep into those stretches. Bring your feet back together. Help yourself assist to straighten your legs. Again, your legs are so fatigued, so we got to be really careful and gentle here. All right, I want you to keep your left leg straight. You're going to bend your right leg. There's going to be slack on the rope, and you're going to feed it underneath the opposite strap in front of the opposite knee. Then you're going to bend that knee. Keep a hold of the ropes so that you can keep this gentle, and then you can go deeper as you would like into this figure 4 stretch. We hit those glutes, major outer hips today, so we're hitting that muscle there. Good. Press that left leg away from you long. Now extend the right leg. Take the left leg in front of that knee, bend it, and sit into that figure 4 stretch. Breathe deep into it. Use the straps or your hands to assist you on the straps. Yes, you guys. One more deep breath into that hip. And press it long. Good. Let's take your feet out of the straps. Set them off to the side. Woo. Okay, we're going to roll on over to one side. I want you to just stand and take a quad stretch, pushing your hips forward, nice and long. If you have that extra time and you want to take a single thigh stretch, you can take that as well. Just make sure we really stretch out those quads. We did a lot of quads today, so take a second here. Ooh, good. All right, switching. You can grab onto any sort of wall or anything to assist you. Breathe into that quad. Yes, so good, you guys. Shake that out. Let's take a roll down. Inhale, exhale, hitting those hamstrings at the bottom. Yes, that like relax everything down through your neck and shoulders. You can kind of bicycle out those legs. And hold the legs straight. Hug your elbows to get a little deeper stretch here through those hamstrings and glutes. And soften through your knees. Start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. And roll those shoulders back to finish. Woo, you guys are done. That was a burner on the legs and booty. I hope that you felt it too. I hope that it felt good and that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Also, you can follow me on Instagram for more fun and workout content. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much.